Hey YouTube, welcome back. And in today's video, we're going to be going over gratitude. Gratitude is something that is very beneficial, and it's something that we definitely want to keep at the forefront of our mind, even during those times when life feels really heavy, distressing, because it helps kind of alleviate some of that distress, that mental distress that we have built up in our mind. And, it really helps us as a whole. So let's jump into it. Below are some gratitude exercises that we can do. And we're just going to kind of read through, and there'll be a link in the description of this worksheet so you can access and definitely do it for yourself. So let's jump into it. And I'm just going to shift this down just a bit so we can see it right here. So, gratitude means appreciating the good things in life, no matter how big or small. Making the practice of gratitude a regular part of your day can build happiness, self esteem, and provide other health benefits as well. So, again, these are some of the benefits of practicing daily gratitude. And listed below are some ways that we can, some actionable steps of things that we can do to help include gratitude into our lives. Every evening, spend a few minutes writing down some good things about your day. This isn't limited to major events. You might be grateful for simple things such as a good meal, talking to a friend, or overcoming an obstacle. And I also want to throw this out there as well. We're able to customize these coping skills and really tailor it to ourselves and our lifestyle as well, as long as we're getting the main principle benefit out of it. So, for example, when it says journaling in the evening, for myself personally, I like journaling at night after I kind of went through the day, had some time before bedtime to really just kind of reflect and just jot down my thoughts of how the day went and highlighting some of the things about the day. And also, where it mentions, a few minutes, you can, again, it could be just a single line, a paragraph, more if you're up for it. But just really getting those thoughts out and identifying the things, the benefits that happen to go well that day that you're grateful for, because at times we can focus more so on the distressing parts of the day or the reality, and we may overshadow the things that were actually going really well in our lives. Now let's looking at giving thanks. Keep your eyes open throughout the day for reasons to say thank you. Make a conscious effort to notice when people do good things, whether for you or others. Tell the person you recognize their good deed and give a sincere thank you. So I don't recall exactly where I heard this from, but I do remember hearing this from a bunch of different outlets like social media in my past, when people would really speak to, one event doesn't have to dictate the rest of the day. It doesn't have to dictate the week. It doesn't have to dictate the rest of the month. We can kind of just keep it there. We can contain that situation there, definitely process what's going on, but taking the power back for ourselves by influencing the rest of the day by doing things such as good deeds, being on the lookout for things that went in our favor, right? Instead of focusing so much on the distressing part of whatever that reality is. Because again, internally, our thoughts influence our emotions, and our thoughts is also our perception, how we're perceiving certain things, how we're interpreting the information. We just want to kind of expand that a bit to focus on, the positive things that's going on. And as they say here with giving thanks, it tends to invoke a more optimistic, a more positive, a more productive perception of our life as a whole. Then we get into the mindfulness walk. Go for a walk and make a special effort to appreciate your surroundings. You can do this by focusing on each of your senses one at a time. Spend a minute just listening, a minute looking at your surroundings, and so on. Try to notice the sights, sounds, smells, and sensations you would usually miss, such as a cool breeze on your skin or the clouds in the sky. So, with this, it also helps as a healthy form of distraction where, we just got so much on our mind. It's like, oh, I just want to separate ourselves from that, right? Going for a walk. Pay attention to, the wind. Pay attention to the what you see in the environment. Pay attention to just everything outside of us, right? There's times where you could get so much, just lost in our mind, where let's just appreciate nature. Let's just appreciate, the beauty of what's outside of us. So when we're going for that walk, again, it doesn't necessarily have to be in nature per se, like a traditional nature, like we may think of it, like in a park. And if we can, absolutely. But even just like outside of your home, just around the block or two, and just seeing what's in the environment and just really appreciating that. Now, looking at a gratitude letter, think about someone who you appreciate. This could be a person who has had a major impact on your life or someone who you would like to thank. Write a letter that describes why you appreciate them, including specific examples and details. It's up to you if you like to share the letter or not. So someone may say like, letter, why would I write a letter? I know how I feel about them. I know what I think. Why do I have to? So it kind of serves as that purpose as, again, a healthy distraction, right? Just kind of getting that separation from our mind. And B, it invokes those positive emotions, especially when we're writing about someone that we like. We're writing about someone that has contributed in a very positive, productive manner to our lives. And while we're writing about it, we're thinking about it. Because when we're thinking about it, it's influencing those positive emotions. And that feeling is influencing a positive behavior slash action, which is, again, continuing to write that letter, sending it if we so choose. And again, we could, heck, we can even text it. It doesn't have to be a traditional a letter per se. It could be an email. It could be, we're texting it. And if you really want to spice it up, it could be a FaceTime call or something, right? And we're just like, hey, I just want to say thank you. And I found myself doing this as well via text, where I would text my old supervisor and I'll say, just thank you. You gave me a shot as an intern. I really appreciate you. I appreciate you as a now a friend after we're able to be friends. Appreciate you as a friend. I appreciate you as a person. And it does evoke those positive emotions within myself. And it really does go a long way. So I would say give it a try. Now looking at grateful contemplation. Remove yourself from distractions such as phones or TV and spend 5 to 10 minutes mentally reviewing the good things from your day. The key to this technique is consistency. Think of it like brushing your teeth or exercise. It should be a normal part of your daily self care. This technique can be practiced as part of prayer, meditation, or on its own. So, kind of like what we talked about, of just being able to kind of reflect on the more positive, productive, beneficial things. When we do this, it's almost like we set aside a particular time to give ourselves, our mind, permission to focus on the positive. And when we're doing that, it helps because at times when we're going through just distressing aspects of life, it can feel like the world is just full of gloom and doom, or at least in our mind of what's going on within, recent time. Like if we're just going through a really tough spot, a really tough time, this kind of gives us a space to say, no, 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 let me acknowledge the benefit, the positivity in our lives. And it really tends to help. So give it a shot. And the last one they have listed here, gratitude conversation with another person. Take turns listing 3 things you are grateful for throughout the day. Spend a moment discussing and contemplating each point rather than hurrying through the list. Make this part of your routine by practicing before a meal, before bed, or at another regular time. So again, just really, especially where this one right here is bringing in part of our support system, because again, it's saying another person, someone within our support system. And it also acts as a bit of a accountability partner, and they're getting the benefit as well, right? Because they're getting the positive influence. And again, we can customize this to ourselves, whether we do it, once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day, at what time in the day. We can really tailor it to our lifestyle. So when we're reading this and listening to this, don't think it has to be like, oh man, I have to do it at this specific time before bed, or I have to do it at this time in the morning. No, we can really customize it and tailor it to our lifestyle. And for myself, even, I say things I'm grateful for out loud when I wake up and I'm making my bed in the morning. That's part of my routine, to say things I'm grateful for. So when I wake up, I say my name out loud, and while I'm making my bed, I say I'm grateful for, this, another day of life. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. And I just even kind of freestyle it a bit off the top of my head of just things that may have happened the day before or earlier in the week that's just now coming to my mind that I'm grateful for. And then we just kind of go from there. Okay, guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share it with a friend. Share it with someone that you think could benefit from this video as well. And there will be a link to this worksheet in the description and a link to my socials. So my Instagram, I ask a question a day to help keep our mental in mind. So definitely check us out, give us a follow, and I'll see you next video. Bye.